YouTube, what's going on? We're back with another build video today for Titan. Everyone's been asking me, what was the build you used on Titan, not being a Titan main, to destroy contest mode Vesper's host last weekend? So ideally, you're gonna be on Titan. Obviously, it's going to be prismatic, and we're going to start off with the exotic you're going to want, which is the class item, which is Spirit of Inmost and Spirit of Synthoceps. Okay, these are the two main ones. If you don't have this class item specifically, just run normal Synthos. Going over to the subclass setup. Now, any of the supers work. Obviously, if it's Vesper Source you're looking to do, obviously T-Crash for the final boss. For the first boss, it's Glacial Quake from Behemoth. Any of these supers work. If you just general ad clearing and GMs and things like that, I like to use the Blade Fury one because it gives us Woven Mail and it's a really good super. You can also use Solar. You've got the Twilight Arsenal, which has got decent damage. You got T-Crash, which has got an insane buff. All the supers are pretty solid on Titan, to be completely honest with you guys. Moving over to the abilities for you, you're going to want the Thruster. It's got the shortest cooldown. And honestly, ideally, it's just the best choice out of the three, in my opinion. I mean, you can use Tower Barricade if you really want, or Rally Barricade. It's completely up to you, but I prefer to use the Thruster. Now, for the melee, this is a specific melee you're going to want to use is going to be Frenzied Blade, and the reason being is it ties to one of the aspects, and it gives you 3 charges of melee, so it gives you 3 melees. And the first aspect you're going to pair that with is Consecration. Consecration is the big Solar Titan Slam, and it scorches all the enemies. After doing a big slide, you'll do your melee, and then you'll do melee again, and it'll slam to the ground, scorching every enemy, causing an ignite, and just basically destroying everything in its path. It's insanely good. And obviously pairing it with that melee Frenzied Blade, you get 3 of them. It's insane. Over to the second aspect, Knockout. Critically wounding a target or breaking their shield infuses your melee attacks arc energy and increases your melee damage and range. If you've got Knockout Prout, more melee damage, even more damage to Consecration. It also gives you your health back, chat. Defeating more powerful combatants increase the amount of health restored, okay? And then we like to use the Shackle Grenade on top of this as the last ability, just to give us some darkness energy. You can use Glacial Grenade or Pulse Grenade, but we like to use the darkness one to give us our darkness ability for Transcendence. Going over the 5 fragments. First one, Facet Protection. Honestly, it's just a no-brainer. It just gives you, obviously, extra resistant. You're just more resistant to incoming damage, basically, while you're surrounded. It's just a no-brainer. You get that little +10 strength as well. Next one, Facet of Balance. Rapid defeating targets with light damage, aka Consecration. Any light ability weapon. Your super, if you use that, is going to give you... I mean, your super gives you your abilities back anyway when coming out of it, so that's completely fine. But light damage gives you melee energy. Really big thing for Consecration. And then defeating targets with darkness energy is going to give you grenade energy. Honestly, a really good fragment. Like, I never take it off. Facet of Dawn, some people disagree with me on this. I like to run Facet of Dawn. 1, Radiant gives you the ability to break anti-barrier champions. It's also a 25% buff to all your weapons. I don't see any reason to not run this when you are constantly meleeing. Especially if you're going to use it for GMs. This is using a lot of GM speeds. It comes really in handy for breaking barriers. If it doesn't, like, cause an ignite and you don't get a kill on the champions, you can just break the barrier and do another Consecration and it's dead. It's really good. Facet of Purpose. Picking up an overpower grants amplified, resto, frost armor, or woven mail or overshield based on the type of super you're rocking. So, like I said to you, if you are on Blade Fury, which is what I recommend, you're going to rock Facet of Purpose, and it's going to give you woven mail when picking up an Orb of Power. Now, for the 5th and final fragment, this changes out for me depending on what I'm doing. If I'm running, let's use Vesper's Host as an example, because it's new out. You've got the big servitor boss, and we are using Behemoth, the Glacial Quake. I'll swap this out for Facet of Ruin. Increase stasis crystal and frozen targets. Increase area of effect of solar ignitions as well. So it does more damage. This is really good. This is like the normal one that I normally have on. When we did contest mode, we swapped it out for Solitude, so because we were using Whisper to sever the boss. You can also swap it out for Facet of Dominance. I don't have this unlocked yet. Just been letting my teammates do it. It's another one you can use. You can also use Facet of Courage. This is another option. If something's debuffed by a darkness debuff, your supers will do much more damage. So there are your 5 fragments. Okay, moving over to the mod setup. I always like to run, depending on what we're doing, on the activity, heavy ammo finder, an heavy ammo scout, and then a surge to match my weapons. If not, if you don't want to watch this, obviously hands-on, and you can run a surge of your choice, or you can run double hands-on, which gives you super energy back when doing Consecration slams. For the gauntlets, you're going to want a focused strike. You get cast ability when doing a powered melee attack, and then we run double heavy-handed here for the potency on orbs of power when getting a melee kill. Chest piece, you just want to keep your resistance mods on, literally whether it's concussive and two resistance mods, or two resistance mods and of the same type, and one other, or sniper resist, whatever it may be. Over to the boots. Always like to use a scarf to help get our heavy ammo back. No matter what we're doing in any activity, we get heavy ammo. We get more of it when picking up a scarf, so match that. Invigoration to get a melee back from picking up an orb of power, and then recuperation, not really as needed with consecration and knockout. Over to the class item, I'd like to use special finisher, but you can use outreach if you want. Gives you a little bit of melee cooldown reduction. And then I like to use powerful attraction here as well. These can also be changed out for no more outreaches, and also reaper as an option, bomb as an option, like there's time dilation, whatever it may be. And that's the build. That's pretty much covers all of it. Stats to build into, 100 result, no matter what you're throwing. If you don't, as much strength as you can, as much discipline as you can, and then try and keep the recovers as high as you possibly can. That's pretty much it. It covers pretty much everything you need. That covers the build. I hope you've enjoyed the b-roll as well that you can see behind you of me just destroying everything. This is actually from contest that you're watching me do right here. I hope you enjoyed the build. Comment down below what builds you've been enjoying. If you got the dub over the weekend on contest Vesper's host, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one, gamers.